Next at 10, find out why pork prices may soon begin to fall, plus a new Heartland attraction you won't find anywhere else nearby. The news starts right after Powerball.
This is KTVO News at 10. Expect more.
Good evening, I'm Kaitlin Berry. We start off tonight with some good news for your wallet. You may have noticed that over the summer, pork prices hit record highs. This spike was the result of a virus last spring that killed millions of baby pigs and left farmers struggling to keep up with demand. But now the USDA says more piglets are surviving and producers are beginning to build up their herds again. Iowa, the nation's leading pork producer, reported nearly 5.5 million baby pigs were born between June and August. This is the largest number in 20 years. And now here's Vanessa with a look at some cooler temperatures that may be here to stay. Hi, Vanessa.
Hey, Kaitlin. Did you enjoy the nice weather today, even though it was a little cool?
I liked it, yes.
Yeah, it wasn't too cool weather. Yeah, well, I hope everyone enjoys today and will enjoy what's left of tomorrow, because rain will be in the forecast over the next 24 to 48 hours. But by tonight, by midnight, it's going to be 44 degrees and clear, mostly clear, and 40 degrees by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and cloudy and 52 degrees by noon. Kaitlin?
Great. Thanks, Vanessa. A new planetarium theater is now open at one Heartland University. The Dell and Norma Robinson Planetarium and Multimedia Theater now calls Truman State University home. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held this morning as one of the many homecoming festivities. The planetarium project began in 2005 with the expansion and renovation of Magruder Hall. The Dean of Science at Truman State hopes that the entire community will be able to appreciate the planetarium and theater.
I'm very excited about the planetarium, not only for the students at Truman, but for the community at large, and for the opportunities it'll provide both for the K-12 school system and everybody on campus.
The planetarium is named after the Robinsons, who are both Truman graduates and have enjoyed long and distinguished teaching careers. Located in Magruder Science Hall, the planetarium is the only facility of its kind in a nearly 100-mile radius. Youngsters in Sullivan County gathered for a special event earlier this afternoon at the 4-H Open House and Skillathon. There, booths with hands-on activities were set up to showcase several of the 4-H projects that youth can participate in. Some of those booths demonstrated cooking, outdoor skills, sport fishing, and robotics. Kids that attended today's event say it's nice to see which opportunities they can get involved with.
We are here at the 4-H open house. We are trying to find out what opportunities are for us in the 4-H.
4-H prepares young people to become future leaders. Those involved attend camps and display their work at various fairs and conferences throughout the year. 4-H also helps to build self-confidence, communication skills, and lifelong friendships. And in national news tonight, fighting between Islamic militants and Kurdish fighters in the Syrian town of Kobani continues as militants push farther into the town this week. A video posted online yesterday by a group affiliated with the Islamic State suggests the militants have engaged in gunfire within the town. The footage is consistent with AP reporting and has been authenticated by regional experts. Despite airstrikes by the U.S.-led coalition, Kurdish militiamen were struggling to repel advances by IS fighters today. Since the group launched their onslaught on Kobani mid-September, at least 500 people have been killed and more than 200,000 have been forced to flee the country. If you're interested in learning more on this situation, KTVO's parent company is producing a Your Voice, Your Vote town hall event on the ISIL terror threat. The topic of the upcoming one-hour live discussion will explore in depth the threat to the U.S., the military response in Syria and Iraq, and the growth of Islamic extremism. The town hall meeting will look also at the role of religion within the terrorist movement. The program will be live streamed on heartlandconnection.com from 7 to 8 p.m. Thursday, October 16th. You're invited to watch online and join the conversation on Twitter that evening. And coming up, Halloween came a little early for one Heartland community. Stay tuned to find out some of the horrifying details next. Horror film enthusiasts are gathering in downtown Ottumwa for the 5th annual Halloween-a-Palooza today. The all-day event started at noon and runs until 2 a.m. Halloween-a-Palooza features live bands, Cajun food, and a costume contest. Local artists set up their tables to sell their Halloween and horror film merchandise, and local tattoo artists and massage therapists are also on hand. But one of the most anticipated parts of Halloween-a-Palooza is, of course, the annual film festival.
We've had some people submit films who have done big budget Hollywood pictures, so it's incredible and humbling to have them submit their film to us. So it's really exciting.
If you're still looking for something to do tonight, Rocky Horror Picture Show starts at midnight. And in other horrifying news, a few Heartland teens went hungry for flesh and brains this weekend, as portions of the Adair County Public Library were transformed into Zombieland. The English Literature Department at Truman State University held this Saturday afternoon program for middle and high school students. Participants were encouraged to come dressed like zombies. Then the teens were able to enjoy some creepy cuisine like brain matter and fingernails.
It's really big in pop culture right now. Children and students are really responding to zombie-themed literature and shows, and that's why we chose zombie themes for our event today.
A face painting center also allowed the teens to put on their true zombie faces. And our own Vanessa Alonso even joined in on the fun. The ultimate goal of today's event was to encourage teens to visit the library and see that reading can be fun. The leaves are starting to change colors, and that can only mean one thing. It's time for the annual Villages of Van Buren Scenic Drive Fest. Reporter Matt Thilke was at the festival this morning and joins us now with the details.
The Van Buren Scenic Drive Festival started Saturday morning with the Keosauqua Rotary Parade. People lined the street to see the bands and floats. The Scenic Drive Festival also attracts vendors from all over the Heartland as they set up their crafts for people to see. Some of the vendors in Keosauqua have been around for decades.
And I'm probably one of the young guys here. That the people next to me over here, they've been here 30 years, and the duck people over there, they've been here probably 20 years.
Beeler is from Ottumwa and has been showcasing his garden art at the Van Buren Scenic Drive Festival for 15 years. And he says out of his nearly 20 showcases a year, this one is the best.
This is probably one of my favorite ones to do. That, beautiful time of year to be down here sitting underneath a beautiful tree like this, and, nice fall weather.
As you can see behind me, vendors have gathered for the annual Van Buren Scenic Drive Festival. With an event like this, location is key for local craft artists, and Beeler is sure to be seen this year. He is set up right next to the highway in a similar spot as years past.
Normally, I try to keep the same spot because people, they see your product, they like coming back, and they look to see you in the same spot, and they miss you if you're not.
Over in Cantrell, they had their annual ham and beans lunch. It's held at their fire department, and they see people lined up down the road for their cornbread, ham, and beans. To prepare for the big lunch, the beans start soaking the night before. Then at 6:30 the next morning, they begin cooking to start serving at 11. One volunteer says visitors are curious to see where they cook the food.
We have people come and take pictures of us doing it. They're like, where are you cooking all that stuff? It's like, right out here in this pot, and you open it up and they're like, wow.
The fire department sees 300 to 400 people each year.
We're just glad to see the people come and enjoy the town.
Reporting in Van Buren County, Iowa, Matt Thilke, KTVO News.
And another special fall celebration took place in Kirksville today as current and former Truman State University students gathered to celebrate their school. Bulldog fans braved the chilly temperatures to attend the annual homecoming parade. The theme of this year's parade was the greatest homecoming on earth. Members of the marching band, athletic teams, and many other student organizations walked in the parade, passing out candy to youngsters along the way. After the parade, the Bulldog football team faced off with William Jewell. Ryan will have an update on the outcome of that game coming up later in sports. The Storm Team 3 forecast is next. Here's Vanessa with one last preview.
Thanks again, Kaitlin. Well, get your umbrellas ready, Heartland. A wet end to the weekend and a wet start to the work week is expected for all of us. When will it arrive and how much can we get? Stay tuned. Your Storm Team 3 forecast is up next. And welcome back. Tonight we're going to be seeing mostly clear skies with an overnight low around 40 degrees with light winds. So a very nice calm night. But looking ahead to the next 5 days, rain chances are in the forecast beginning late tomorrow night with a 70% chance, going into a 100% chances of rain for your Monday. 40% chances of Tuesday as it moves out, making way for mostly sunny skies on Wednesday and Thursday. Kaitlin?
Thanks, Vanessa. And finally tonight, we have a story that might make your skin start to crawl. Thousands of venomous spiders have forced a suburban St. Louis family from their home. The family bought the home in 2007 and later found it was infested with around 5,000 brown recluse spiders. The family sued the previous owners, saying they were not informed of the spider problem, but the house eventually went into foreclosure. Now crews are finally getting rid of the 8-legged creatures. The house has been covered with a giant tent and is being pumped full of poisonous gas to kill all the spiders. Exterminators say it will cost around $14,000 to get rid of the spiders.
Oh,
I know. Gross. Yeah.
I can imagine, you know, if it's in a corner, it doesn't bother me. But if it's like standing right there, of course I'm going to freak out. So I can't imagine living in a house with everywhere. I can't.
Yeah,
I just
not
can't.
my favorite thing. Not my favorite thing either. Not a fan of the spiders. Well, that's our broadcast for tonight. Thanks for staying up late and watching with us. Be sure to stay tuned for KTVO Movie Night up next. Tonight's feature is Around the World in 80 Days. Have a great night.